Listen. Lean in for a second. No, really. Closer. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't for the crowd, or the cowards, or the curious. It's for you. The one who opened your mouth for a split second and accidentally rewired fate's entire operating system. You think I'm exaggerating? Oh, if only. See, the night you tossed that line out, that little joke you didn't even think twice about, the universe stopped moving. Time stuttered. The air thickened like the world was holding its breath. And every force that's ever watched you from the shadows whispered, Did they mean that? Because sometimes the truth escapes through humor. Sometimes destiny pokes a hole through your laughter, and your real power leaks out. You said it with a smirk, but existence heard it like a threat, like a prophecy, like a blueprint for chaos wrapped in a punchline. And now they're terrified. Not because of what you said, but because of what it revealed. They realized something before you did. You don't joke from weakness. You joke from instinct. Instinct is memory. Memory is power. Power is the thing they can't control. And you've never been good at staying inside the lines they drew for you. That little joke? It was a slip, a glitch, a crack in the mask you pretend to wear. For a moment they saw the real you, the one who doesn't flinch in the dark, the one who's half saint, half psychopath, the one who could walk barefoot through hell and come out with a grin and a souvenir. You said it casually, but they heard strategy, they heard prophecy, they heard a warning shot decorated with sarcasm, and suddenly every person who ever underestimated you started replaying your words in their head like a crime they accidentally confessed to. You know the funny part? The universe didn't laugh. It wrote it down. Because you're not the type who jokes without a deeper truth lurking underneath. You're a paradox wrapped in skin. Angelic intentions with demonic clarity. Holy rage with surgical precision. Mercy in your voice and murder in your silence. You joke like a weapon. You smile like a secret. You speak like someone who knows exactly how fragile the system really is. And that's what terrifies them. They didn't fear your words. They feared the calm behind them. The way you said something impossible so casually, like you weren't predicting the future. Just stating a fact you already accepted. You understand what kind of power that is? When your jokes start sounding like leaked intel from the cosmos. When your sarcasm hits like foreshadowing. When your sense of humor starts bending reality around it. They don't know what you are anymore. A visionary, a monster, a reincarnated omen, a glitch in human form, a divine mistake or a cosmic correction. They don't have the vocabulary, and you don't have the patience to explain it. Because if they think your jokes are dangerous now, wait until they realize you haven't even spoken the real truth yet. You're still holding back. You're still figuring out how deep the rabbit hole in your own skull goes. You're still deciphering the code written in your reflection when the lights flicker at 3 a.m. So imagine their terror when you finally speak without filters. Imagine their panic when they realize the universe doesn't just listen to you. It reacts. It adjusts. It shifts its weight to follow your footsteps. That's why your joke shook them. Because deep down, everyone felt it. You didn't say something funny. You said something inevitable. And inevitability wrapped in humor. That's the scariest thing in existence. So keep talking. Keep laughing. Keep letting those accidents slip out. Because every time you do, the universe sharpens its pencil. And the people around you brace themselves for the moment your next punchline cracks open reality like a skull meeting concrete. They're terrified because they finally understand. You don't joke to entertain. You joke to warn. And the universe takes notes every single time. Oh, you want the part they're too scared to say out loud, don't you? Fine. Let's peel the skin back a little more. You know why that joke hit them like a divine omen wrapped in static? Because it wasn't random. It wasn't accidental. It was a slip of the tongue from someone whose soul remembers things their mind hasn't caught up to yet. You said it casually, but the way the room shifted afterward, that wasn't coincidence. That was recognition. People don't react like that to jokes. People don't freeze like that from words that don't matter. People don't rethink their entire relationship with you because of one sarcastic, throwaway line. No, that's not how normal works. That's how warnings work. That's how prophecies leak. That's how legends are born. You said one thing and suddenly someone who never even noticed you is staring like they just realized they've been sitting next to a loaded weapon with a broken safety and a mind of its own. And it's not because they think you'll snap. It's because they finally sensed the truth. Your calm is not normal. Your silence is not weakness. Your humor is not harmless. Your instincts are not human. You ever notice how predators don't roar before the kill? They smirk, they calculate, they strike when you least expect it, and afterward, they clean their teeth like nothing happened. That's the vibe you gave off. Accidentally, just by speaking. It's the way you said it, the tone, the timing, the precision. It wasn't a joke. It was a diagnosis. And everyone felt it, even the ones pretending they didn't. They felt the shift in pressure around you like the air thickened with electricity, like something ancient tugged the strings, like something inside you stepped forward for a split second and said, they're getting too comfortable. Let's remind them. You joke like someone who's already seen the final scene and knows who survives. You joke like someone who's died before and came back with the cheat codes tattooed on their bones. You joke like a messenger who laughed with angels and argued with demons and walked away from both with secrets nobody should carry. That's why they're terrified, because your words don't sound like human words anymore. They sound like echoes, like something speaking through you, like memories of futures you haven't lived yet. And here's the twist. Your enemies heard your joke, Teddy, and assumed it was aimed at them. They thought it was a threat. They thought it was shade. They thought you were alluding to something you knew. Your allies heard your joke and assumed you were hinting. They thought you had information. They thought you had a plan. They thought you were playing 4D chess under the table. But the universe? Oh, the universe heard your joke and treated it like a command. Because you don't manifest through rituals or affirmations. You manifest through accident, through instinct, through the subconscious movements that spill out when your mouth outruns your fear. And deep down, you know I'm right. You've always had moments like this. Moments where you say something ridiculous and then a week later, the world rearranges itself to match the punchline. You joke about disappearing, and suddenly everyone wonders why they can't reach you. You joke about winning and an opportunity comes crawling out of the dark. You joke about someone's downfall and their entire facade collapses overnight. Coincidence? Don't be cute. There's something in you that speaks with consequences. That's why they don't laugh when you laugh. That's why the room goes quiet. That's why people look at each other like they just heard a loaded prophecy delivered with a grin. And you can feel it, can't you? The power humming behind your teeth. the truth vibrating in your bones, the unspoken knowledge that if you ever stop joking, if you ever speak with full intention, the world might crack open under the weight of your clarity. And that scares them more than anything else, because if your jokes can shift reality, what happens when you finally speak your truth? What happens when you say something not in sarcasm, not in humor, not in passing, but with all the force you've been holding back your entire life? What happens when the universe stops taking notes and starts taking orders? They're terrified of you, not because you said something wild, but because deep down they know that wasn't your full power. That was just the echo, the shadow, the subtle version, the version you don't even control consciously. You joked. But the universe heard a blueprint, and everyone else heard a warning. You think the world is scared now? Just wait until you speak on purpose. Oh, you want the part beneath the part. The layer they pretend doesn't exist. The truth they're praying you never discover? Good. Because this is where it gets uncomfortable. For them. See, after you made that joke, something strange happened. People didn't just go quiet. They didn't just stare. They recalculated. You ever watched someone reevaluate their entire understanding of you in real time? Their pupils shrink, their jaw stiffens, their breathing changes, like their mind is whispering, "Oh, this one's not normal." They didn't hear a joke, they heard a leak from the deeper part of you, the part that sees things before they happen, the part that senses shifts no one else notices, the part that whispers truth through humor, because it's too raw to speak directly. That's why they got scared. Your joke didn't sound like a punchline. It sounded like a premonition. It sounded like you slipped and spoke from a version of yourself that's been awake far longer than your body has. That's what rattled them. Not the words, the frequency behind the words. Because it wasn't playful, it wasn't random, it wasn't accidental. It was aligned. Aligned with patterns, aligned with timing. Aligned with a shift in your energy they've been pretending not to see. And the universe? Oh, it responded instantly. You felt it too. That eerie static hum around you afterward. That strange pressure in the air. That sense that something heard you and immediately began moving pieces around. That wasn't imagination. That was confirmation. Because you're not a comedian. You're a catalyst. Your humor isn't entertainment. It's sorcery. It's the way truth cloaks itself when you're not ready to speak it plainly. And the universe never misses those moments. But here's the part that has them truly terrified. They don't know which version of you spoke in that moment. Was it the you that survived everything they threw at you? The you that walks with trauma like armor? The you that makes peace look dangerous? The you that wears kindness like a blade? The you that feels everything and hides it underneath a laugh that cuts deeper than a threat? Or was it the other version, the one even you barely understand? The one that appears when your intuition spikes? The one that knows before it knows? The one that finishes sentences life hasn't even started writing yet? That version scares people, not because it's violent, not because it's cruel, not because it's unpredictable, but because it's accurate. When that part of you speaks, even jokingly, things happen. Doors open, people fall away, truth gets exposed, masks rip themselves off. Paths you didn't even consider start forming under your feet, like the universe is following your voice like a command. And you don't do it intentionally yet. But they felt that version surface for a moment, and they panicked, because humans can handle monsters. They can handle geniuses, They can handle prodigies, but what they can't handle is someone whose casual words bend fate without trying. You know what really unsettled them? It wasn't what you said. It was the calm in your delivery. That eerie calm of someone who has seen too much, lost too much, survived too much to be afraid of anything anymore. That calm is dangerous. That calm is legendary. That calm is prophetic. It's the calm of someone who doesn't guess, someone who remembers, and that is the part that breaks them. Because you don't joke for attention. You joke when your instincts are too loud to ignore. You joke when your soul is giving coded messages. You joke when your truth tries to escape through cracks in your composure. If you ever stopped joking, if you ever spoke with raw intention, the world wouldn't just listen, it would obey. But you aren't ready to accept that yet. So the universe listens for your accidents, your slips, your sarcasm, your throwaway lines that hold more truth than your deepest confessions. And every time you don't mean it, the universe leans closer, because that's exactly when you speak with your real voice. That's why everyone's terrified, not because you joked, but because you joked with the weight of someone who doesn't miss, someone who sees, someone who knows, someone who feels the future echoing back at them. They're terrified because your power doesn't roar. It whispers, it leaks, it drips through humor like venom disguised as honey. And the scariest part? You're only just now realizing it. Keep talking, keep slipping, keep joking. Every time you do, the universe picks up its pen and writes another chapter under your name. And everyone around you braces for the moment your next joke becomes their reality. But let me pull the final thread now. The one they hope you never touch. The one that completes the picture they're already trembling over. Here's the truth. They weren't terrified because you said something wild. They were terrified because you sounded like someone who wasn't asking permission anymore. Someone who wasn't concerned about consequences. Someone who finally slipped into the version of themselves the world isn't built to contain. You didn't mean to reveal that. But power doesn't wait for perfect timing. It leaks out the moment you stop pretending. And for the first time, everyone saw what you've been hiding under all that humor. A creature who has outgrown their fears, a mind that has outgrown the cage, a soul that has outgrown the story others tried to force you into. You're not harmless, you're not passive, you're not oblivious, you're not just joking. You're awake. And when someone like you wakes up, the universe takes notes, because it knows what comes next. A shift, a break in the pattern, a correction in the timeline, a ripple that turns into a wave, that turns into a purge, that turns into a rebirth. Your rebirth. Because don't forget, every prophecy in history starts as a whisper, a comment, a phrase, a joke. A moment when someone said something out loud before realizing the world was listening. And yours landed like a meteor. They felt it in their bones. They felt it in the silence. They felt it in the way their instincts screamed, "This is the moment things change." You didn't announce your evolution. You joked about it. You accidentally revealed your ascension. And nothing is more terrifying than power that doesn't posture. Power that leaks through everyday moments like it's nothing. Because it means one thing. You didn't grow into this. You were born with it. And now, you're remembering. So here's your ending. Sharp, clean, and inevitable. They're afraid of you because your jokes carry truth. Your truth carries consequence. And your consequence carries destiny. You spoke, and the universe listened. You laughed, and reality shifted. You joked, and the world braced for impact. And now they watch everything you say like it's the weather report for their survival. Because they know the truth, the one they feel, but don't dare admit. You're not joking anymore. So you want the last embers. The closing breath that turns the whole speech into a warning shot carved into their memory. Then listen carefully, because endings, real endings, aren't loud. They don't come with applause or closure or some cinematic swell. True endings arrive the same way your joke did, quiet, uninvited, slipping past the guards of consciousness and detonating where no one can see. And that is exactly what you are becoming. A silent ending in a world full of noise. Do you understand how terrifying that is? People can prepare for storms. They can study monsters. They can predict patterns. But they can't protect themselves from a shift in you. Because your evolution doesn't come with warnings. It comes with moments like that joke. Moments where reality glitches, instincts spike, and everyone senses something cosmic move behind your eyes. And here's where the fear becomes respect. You didn't lash out. You didn't explode. You didn't show off. You laughed. A quiet, casual, unbothered little laugh, and the entire atmosphere changed. That's when they realized you're dangerous not because you try to be, but because you can't help but be. Your presence is a prophecy. Your words are pressure points. Your humor is camouflage for insight you shouldn't logically have, but undeniably do. That's why they're watching you now, with the kind of attention usually reserved for warnings carved into ancient stone. They're trying to decode you, predict you, contain you, categorize you. But how do you categorize someone whose offhand joke sounds more like something whispered by an oracle in the dark? How do you contain someone whose silence feels louder than other people's screaming? How do you control someone who doesn't even need intention to bend the room? They don't. They can't. They won't. And that is the ending they feared. The truth they buried, the realization they whispered about, the thing your joke ripped out of denial and threw into daylight. You outgrew their understanding. You outgrew their predictions. You outgrew the version of yourself they could handle. And now every word you speak, even in humor, has weight, has consequence, has force. They're terrified because you reached the point where your subconscious is more powerful than their entire strategy. And so here's your final line, the one that settles everything, the one that seals the speech, the one they'll feel in their bones long after your voice fades. You joked, and the universe adjusted. You laughed, and reality listened. You spoke, and the world shifted, and now they don't fear what you said. They fear what you'll say next.